Everybody's keeping their heads, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing. Colin and Christy are having such fun in that boat.
Get out of the boat without tipping it, and then pick the boat up, put it over the bridge, and then carefully get back in so that you don't tip.
They literally had to stop at the bridge, get out. Like Colin and Christy, they're epic. They had to stop at the bridge, get out, lift the boat out of the water, put the boat back in the water, and then climb into the boat from the other side of the bridge. That's just amazing. They didn't flip out. They didn't say, "The boat is broken!" Forgive me for that. It's an allusion to what Colin screamed in season 5 about his ox being broken, but it wasn't his ox. It was just being used for a challenge. Anyway, people are starting to get this little irrigation wheel together, and it's looking very good. It's literally good. Nope. People are falling over in the wet grass. Okay. Tyler and Corey versus Corinne and Eliza at these bikes is just getting painful to watch now because everybody's tired. Everybody's stressed. Oh! Tyler and Corey made it. They passed and they leave Corinne and Eliza in the dust. And for the record, yes, people did spoil the season for me, but I'm going to pretend I didn't see it. Simply because, in my wisdom, you don't let bullies win ever. You enjoy what you enjoy and screw the bullies. Eliza's having such a hard time. And she's had a meltdown. She's in Corinne's arms, and Corinne is trying to comfort her. Bless Corinne for being so level-headed when Eliza's just breaking down. This is just sad. All right. We are at a commercial break, and I'll go back to my assessment. Anyway, Janelle and Brittany, as I was saying earlier at the last commercial break, they've been really an invisible team this season, and this is the first really a bit of time that we actually get to spend with them during a leg. Because we've only seen bits and pieces of them before, so maybe we'll see more. And they seem to not be enjoying themselves as much as some other teams are, so I don't know if that's just the editing or what. Rachel and Alyssa, they're sisters. It's actually good to see them. At least Brendan is home taking care of the baby. And that's great. I honestly wish that I hear Rob Mariano's in the All Winners edition of Survivor, and I wish he would stay home and take care of his daughters and let Amber come and play the All Winners edition, because Rob has, played 4, 5, 6 times, and he gets to be a coach in season 39, and Amber's only played twice. It's like, why doesn't Rob stay home, look after his 4 daughters, as he mentioned on the Price is Right special that he's got, and let Amber go play? It would be the kind thing to do, but such is life. Anyway, Rachel was very volatile in Big Brother. She was very sneaky. She was very cunning, and she is very popular as a result. In her previous seasons of The Amazing Race, she was very upset. She lost patience with Brendan easily. But you know what? All in all, they had a good time in their previous season. And now, it's a mix of the two. I don't know, it's too early to tell how they'll end up. But honestly, it's interesting to watch. And I am completely losing my voice doing this recap, but that's okay. Corinne and Eliza, oh my lord. Honestly, Corinne has been the solid, patient rock. The epitome of patience this episode. And I mean, she's just, instead of flipping out at Eliza's constant breakdowns, I think I've counted 10 or 12. Oh, never mind. Excuse me. Corinne is trashing Eliza's inability to do this, saying that Eliza has ridden bicycles. Honestly, Corinne, you have patience, beyond patience, beyond patience. I'm very pleased. Alright, so here's the thing. Some of these locals are literally dancing in the boat and splashing the racers. Perhaps they see the TV cameras and say, oh, let's get our moment of fame by making it harder for the racers. Alright, so Con and Christy have reached a little, they have picked up some fish.
1, 2, 4, 5, 5. Okay. Well, I fish. But do we kick the basket? No, we have a fishmonger. Where's the fishmonger?
On this baby?
Is there 5 in there?
And they literally left the basket behind. They'll have to go back.
And we got the master. Let's do irritation. We're gonna do irritation.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go back, but some other teams have actually read the clue instructions and have gotten the fish and the basket, which is what they're supposed to do in the first place. It's like, we may see a meltdown now. Oh my goodness, Chris and Brett are actually... Oh, they actually bested one of the locals in basket boat combat. And y'all have to see that for yourselves. It's absolutely hilarious. Just a sweet little moment. Oh, everybody's having to do that. Oh my goodness.
Pick up one of the fish traps at the end of the channel. At first, we only had the fish. We weren't
Oops.
sure if you had to have the basket. Please go back. I think we need the basket. So we actually turned around. Rick and Phantom, Paul and Ann, Nick and Vic were able to pass this up.
Oops. There's a oh from Colin over the lack of basket. Well, here's the thing, you guys. You should have read your clue more carefully because I'm really sure it said what you had to get. But at least it's not a meltdown, so that's hope for redemption right there. Alright, so everybody
I dropped in the ocean. So we
is finishing up the tasks.
I would be infinitely worse at this, which is why.
Oh, Eliza is still stuck at the scooters. This is sad.
Very nice. I guess at some point I just kind of
10th attempt. This is just sad to watch now because Eliza's really trying her best. This is Eliza's best. Oh, she passed. Thank God in heaven. And she's screaming and bawling and cheering and all the locals are screaming and cheering as well. It's hilarious that this poor girl has been through so much, but she finally managed to defeat the obstacle. Alright, so
Okay, please. Hey, they're still alive. Yay! Thank you.
people are getting
Thank you.
are getting their clue to go on.
Good stuff. Run to fill on the map.
Run to fill in the map.
Pit stop. Tambu Park is the pit stop. We're almost at the end of this fourth leg. Alright, so honestly, it's been lovely.
Let's go.
Alright, so, and you know what, Art and JJ and Rupert and Laura, we miss you, but would you have found it any easier had you been able to go on? I don't know. But, alright, so people are getting the detours and they're moving, either getting the detours done or arriving at the detours and just simply getting to pit stop. They're working on getting to the pit stop. Some are working on the detours. Everybody's evening up. It's awesome.
That's a bully. You're a bully. You're a bully.
Oh, and they're picking on the locals in the basket boats. That's so mean. Honestly, the locals just want to play, and they're just calling them bullies, and that's like the ugly Americans talking type of thing. I mean, if the racers could be a bit nicer to the locals, that would be very helpful. Oh.
Make sure, like, turn it and see if we can get water. Then we're good. Something the wrong way. What is it? I don't understand what we did wrong.
Rachel and Alyssa are howling and getting mad over their little... They discuss switching, but they decided to stay with the wheel. They're like hilarious. Alright, so Chris and Brett are in the basket boat. They have the basket and the fish. They're joking about Venice. That makes me love them even more. Alright, so people are going to the pit stop. They are running to Phil. They have to run. I wonder if anybody will be stupid enough to take a cab when it says run. Flashback to previous seasons, people have been stupid enough to take cabs when it says run. And some of those stupidities have resulted in unexpected eliminations. Like, watch the previous seasons for specifics. Alright, so hopefully everybody runs. A run is to walk with speed. Alright! They have a cute little girl at the pit stop with Phil, greeting them in the local language. It's absolutely adorable. And they high-five her. Aww. Colin and Christy are team number 1. Season 5, who hasn't raced in God knows how many years, is laying all these teams to waste. I absolutely love it. Season 5 shows that old dogs can be taught new tricks and thrive very well in new, unfamiliar environments, because the race has definitely changed since they were last in it. Kudos to Colin and Christy for representing the older generation of the race and the older generation of fans. We love you. I love you. Alright. Who's next? Alright. Nicole and Victor are team number 2. Yay! Alright, so like, everybody's all cheerful and happy right now. As soon as they check in, they can rest. I don't know what they do in these modern legs, but everybody can rest and chill and be together and do their interviews and eat, whatever else. Okay. Team Invisible is actually getting some airtime now. Janelle and Brittany are literally... They're finally getting some airtime, and they found the fish. Uh-oh. The locals are splashing them. Oh, the locals just want to play and be cute. Everybody's literally just all cheerful and jostling and jesting. It's cute. Nice. Alright. This is such a little pleasant thing. Alright. Team Invisible is off to the races. Corinna and Eliza have finally caught up. This is just sad. Oh my goodness, why are they both? Oh my goodness. Somebody's having fun in the boat and they literally think it's how they're supposed to do the boat. Don't they know what happens when you stand in a boat? Good Lord. They're gonna tip the dang thing. Alright, who's next? Chris and Brett are team number 3. Like, honestly, they are amazing. They're epic. They're not letting their age or their lack of Amazing Race experience beat them. I'm amazed. All right. Becca and Floyd are team number 4. Beautiful day. They're hugging. They're happy. It's just nice. It's really nice. All right. So... Yep, some teams are still struggling with the tasks. Why are they both standing in the boat? And yep, they capsized because they're both standing in the boat. Don't they understand what happens when you both stand in a boat? You fall in the water. Like, I mean, seriously, they're small enough that they could both sit. They have the fish, they have the basket. For the love of Pete, will one of them just please sit down? This is embarrassing. Like, why are they standing? Alright, we're at the last commercial. I'm pretty sure it's the last commercial because there's only a few teams still left on the course. Honestly, I'm actually enthralled with this season. I mean, I feel kind of bad that they still don't let Canadians on the on the Phil Kogan version of The Amazing Race, because it would be a dream for me to be able to do it. I don't know if I could find a teammate, so I'd probably apply as a single and then just press my luck with a teammate, and I mean, we'd see it where it went. Because I'm not afraid of new things. But anyway, this race so far has been very fun to watch. It's not depressing at all. It's literally absolutely fun. Like, honestly, I'm enjoying it. And I'm very intrigued as to where this race will take us next, because it's literally amazing. No pun intended. Alright, so I've heard rumors about where things will go. And I'm looking on the Wikipedia page, and I won't spoil anything. But there are some pretty interesting destinations on this Wikipedia page, and I wonder if they'd actually do it. These look just so amazing, and it's just... If I can't be on Phil Kogan's version of The Amazing Race, I wish The Amazing Race Canada would open to single applicants and do sort of a blind partner season like Amazing Race America has already done, because then I could apply as a single, because I don't know anybody who would go with me anymore. My mom and I applied for season 2 and 3 of Amazing Race Canada, but then she got married, and I don't know if she can physically do it anymore anyway, even if she wasn't married, so... But I could. If I got advance notice, or at least an idea that I might be on it, I would train. I would build up my strength so that I wouldn't disappoint my partner. Because people make jokes about me not being able to run and such and handle it. I could handle it. I've handled a lot worse. Anyway, let's get on. Like, the commercials are interesting, but I hate watching them because they take away from the focus of the race. But I understand television corporations need to make money, and so they have commercials to make revenue, and it's literally a necessity. So honestly, the elimination is probably coming up right next. And then the preview will come. But the commercials take so awfully long. I really hate them. They bore me to death. But I'm not dead yet because I want to see the end of this leg. This has been a very pleasant leg. Honestly, it has been. It's been a very pleasant leg. And I hope people watch this. I really do, because it's literally worth watching. I'm just on my computer preparing to upload. Because people didn't like so many parts, so that's why I didn't even bother. This is episode 4 already. I mean, there's only so many episodes in a season, so like we're a quarter done. It seems like we are a quarter done after this, and it's just sad. It means a quarter less. All right, we're back. All right, so Rachel and Alyssa are still working on their wheel. They are struggling with this big time. It's literally, they're freaking out over it, and I just wish they'd get it done already. It's painful to watch. Corinne and Eliza are done with the boat. And they're saying they hate manual labor. Well, honey, why did you come on The Amazing Race? If you hate manual labor, that's part of The Amazing Race. Anyway. Here is Tyler and Corey. Tyler and Corey are team number 5, and they hug. All right. Leo and Jamal. They swore in front of a child. I can't condone that. They are team 6, and they said the word hell in front of a little girl. That's terrible, but I'm sure she's heard worse, so whatever. All right. They are so tired. Yep, they move on. And they attempt to flirt with the little guy that checks their progress, but of course it falls flat because they're tired. Alright, Corinne and Eliza are done as well. They are running. It's going to be a race to the finish, truly. It's very appreciated. I love this. Alright, so Janelle and Brittany, Team Invisible, are 7th place. We've got to see a little bit more of them today, but not much. Like, Brittany is like saying Janelle did everything. Well, they both did an equal amount of whining and biting, so. Right now, the last 2 teams are running like they have no steam left. At least nobody was dumb enough to take a taxi when it clearly said use your feet, like some past teams were. Alright, so Rachel and Alyssa close in on the pet stop. And they're crying and holding hands because they're tired, poor babies. They are team number 8, and they are crying and hugging, and they're crying some more. It's so cute. They say they're blessed, and Corinne's like, oh, I guess we're not blessed, we're last.
Corinne and Eliza, I'm sorry to tell you, you have been eliminated from the race.
They're eliminated. At least Phil doesn't say you have both been eliminated from the race anymore. I read this in a book. Like, what does that mean? Is Phil ever going to say one of you have been eliminated from the race and the other one is still in, and if you can beat the other teams of 2, you can just run the race all on your own? Like, what's that about? Alright, so sad. Corinne and Eliza are gone.
We respect them as competitors, and we respect them as
Oh my goodness, wow, the ugliness. Rachel was saying that she and her sister respect them, and Eliza just rolls her eyes like, yeah, right, you're crap, you're full of crap. Like Eliza's rolling eyes and just being totally jerky when Rachel was being sincere, and Corinne was just like thinking, oh my lord, really? And oh my gosh, they're just like, Eliza's just putting on such theatrics. Good lord.
I don't know. I'm not a positive person. I don't really know how to explain this. I hate them so much. I don't have a lot of good reasons. Yeah, I believe I said this earlier. I won't be attending any of these parties, nor will I be speaking with any of these people. Take a good look. This is the last time we're doing it.
Wow, such ugliness. Wow. Like, Corinne, I mean, I don't expect her to socialize with any of the racers after. But Eliza just started spewing hate. I'm pretty sure Rachel was trying to be gracious. She didn't have to be. She could have been like a sore winner and said, hey, you guys are out, haha. But she was trying to be respectful and cordial in the last few minutes they had together. But the two Eliza went sulking off to a bridge and bawled. I'm sorry, but Eliza's hilarious and she's cute. And it's just like, this reminds me of Vanuatu when she started having problems with Chris and the shady deal they had. And it's like, oh, I had problems and Chris betrayed me for Scout and Twyla. Oh, but here's the thing, honey. Like, honestly, Twyla came up with the idea of using you, and you expected Twyla to keep her word to you when you didn't need her anymore, or when she didn't need you anymore. Come on. Like, Twyla was the one. Chris won immunity and ended up keeping his word to Twyla. Chris's official word was never to you, it was to Twyla. And none of the girls wanted to get Chris out, including you, and y'all should have done that. That was your fatal move. You let compassion get in the way, Eliza. And you really just, a flashback to Survivor of Vanuatu, you and the other girls felt so sorry for Chris as he cried in the arms of his now wife. And y'all said, oh, we're going to get rid of Eliza tonight, and we're going to give Chris some compassion. That's where you lost the game, ladies. That's where the Women's Alliance fell apart. Anyway, back to Corinne and Eliza. I'm sure Rachel was just trying to be nice and gracious. I mean, y'all already lost. I mean, losing with grace is something that very few people know how to do, and Corinne was very good at it. And I'm sure Eliza will be pissed off with me if she watches this, but so what? I mean, it takes a lot to win. It doesn't take very much effort to win gracefully, but to lose gracefully is very hard. And I'm very happy that Corinne at least tried to do it with grace. Of course, she said she's not going to visit with the people after the race or be their friends, but Eliza just had a meltdown, and I'm thanking God she had Corinne to level her out, because it's just a very sad elimination, and it would have made it a little bit easier to watch had they lost with a little bit more grace. I understand it's a game, but they did try very hard. So losing with grace is already always important. All right, the preview shows some DJing and Colin dancing. They go to Dubai. And somebody runs around in a dinosaur outfit. And Rachel is having another bawling about The Amazing Race being good and fun. It's like literally, I don't know. But this was the recap for this evening. Have a lovely rest of your week.